Hello, welcome to the weekly inclusive education broadcast. In this channel, we are talking about the inclusive education, and today episode we will focusing on the positive psychology support to the primary teachers in the state school. And I'm your host, Lai Ping. I'm a secondary school teacher in Hong Kong and currently studying a Master of Education at Griffith University. Today we will discuss the inclusive education support for teacher in primary education. We all know that providing teachers with accurate assistance is the key to establishing a healthy and positive learning environment in school. And why I choose this topic today, because I have a placement in a state school primary year 1 class. In the class, there's 2 diagnosed ADHD students and 4 slow learner, and all the high needs children are in the class. And the teacher in the class is encountering a lot of challenges. So I would like to dip into the academic journal and see how the positive psychology can address the problem, and I can provide more advice and support to the teachers. So we know that while with the high need children, we always have much attentions, but however, putting teacher support and well-being is also equally critical. Teachers significantly influence how students perceive their educations, and the teacher emotional, mental, and physical health, and it directly impacts how they carry their education, how they carry out their teaching. So we must acknowledging and resolving teacher challenge so that they can enhance their health, they can have a mental good well-beings. So I have done field research and to looking into the academic journals, and they all reveal that utilizing positive psychology to resolve classroom challenge is an essential tool. Today's let's review 3 academic journals and see how positive psychology can address teacher challenge in an inclusive education setting and more effectively. And all before everything, we need to understand the present situation. In the Queensland Government Department of Education and Training, student support with a disability, the website, we can see that we have a program called RAR allocation. When the RAR, each school resources allocation is determined by the degree of assistance that the student with disability require in order to assess and engage in the educational process, and assistance only accessible to school, to the not to the individual student, and not even to the teacher. So no specific support to the teacher. What we all understand that okay, we can ask for more supportive teacher in the class, and how they going to create plans, strategies, or any specific details to accommodate the requirement of this diverse student body. Actually, is not written on the website or even in the RAR allocation. So we can foresee that actually teacher is have a heavy burden and workload to deal with all the diverse students. So in this article, I'll pick one is the promoting teacher well-being in inclusive primary education setting, a positive psychology approach. Is from Australian Journal of Education. This article examines the significance of using positive psychology to support teachers' well-being in an inclusive primary school setting. It digs into the teacher challenge and offer positive psychology-based methods such as gratitude exercise, mindfulness training, and creating a supportive school climate to promote teachers' well-being. One of the significant findings is that the inclusive primary school teachers always suffer from the high level of stress, burnout, and emotional awareness because the demanding nature of their job. The author points out that these difficulties have an adverse effect on teacher retention rates, and in return may also affect the student outcome. So we need to have a supportive environment for children to attending the well-being, and also everything before to attending the well-being of the teacher first. And also that the study also showed that implementing positive psychology intervention can greatly enhance the teacher's well-being. The process involved to enhance the very good feeling, the strength, and then the general well-being, this general mental psychology well-being. Teacher can become more resilient, reduce the less stress, and be more happier to implement techniques like gratitude exercise, mindfulness training and so as to create a supportive school climate. The article suggests to use the mindfulness practice like yoga, deep breathing, meditation to help teacher become more self-aware and reduce stress. For instance, the article suggests 10 minutes meditation section before the start of the school day can be beneficial. It as can be demonstrated, mindfulness exercise promote general well-being and strength emotional regulation too. Also, the school should implement gratitude exercise among teachers. Exercise in which teacher lists their blessing, we can increase the feeling or gratitude to cultivate the attitude of appreciation. Gratitude has been connected to higher level of contentment and happiness, which benefit teachers' well-being. Next, establish a school culture that prioritizes teacher well-being is also very crucial. To help teachers meet the needs of inclusive classroom, may offer resources of peer mentorship, professional development opportunity, and mental health support. The support from the school using the funding is essential. The finding potential also, the practical implementation in school is another strength. This article is makes specific recommendation for treatment and method that can be used to support well-being of teacher in an inclusive classroom. The recommendation is based on the data of a significant perspective for teacher and policymaker that aim to assist teacher in fulfilling their professional responsibility. Also, the study research methodology is a comprehensive evaluations of the literature, data gathering, and analysis to back up. So the strength of this article is the validability and dependability of the finding in the paper. But of course, there's also some limitation of this article is maybe too generalized. It's only research on a particular setting. And also the research needs to be more objective, and so more insight and long-term research program should be implemented and can be provided more in the details. And Article 2 is very similar to the Article 1, and is also talking about the impact of positive psychology practice on teachers' well-being in primary 1 inclusive classroom. It's a very particular setting and particular group to investigate. And this paper is talking about how the implementation different before and after for the teachers. So also introduce the gratitude exercise, mindfulness techniques, and strength-based approaches. And they investigate how those techniques implement, and then what is the result. And it showed that the positive psychologies really can enhance the teacher's certifications, so they, on the other hand, can create better teachers' well-beings. So we also have the other Article 3 is exploring the resilient factor among teachers in primary 1 inclusive school through a positive psychologist lens. So this article is particularly talking about the resilient factor among teachers in primary 1. The study is aimed to ponder and comprehend the elements that support teacher resilience in the demanding learning environment. So the study begins by emphasizing how critical resilience is for teacher working in inclusive classroom. It also highlights how important to comprehend how teacher can manage their pressure and difficulty to preserve their well-being and capacity to support students in different backgrounds. So a sample of primary teachers from inclusive school participate in this study. So the findings are very significant and shedding light on several variables that can boost the teacher's resilience in inclusive primary school. This component including the self-efficacy, social support, positive emotion, flexibility, and a sense of purpose. And also they are all crucial for teacher navigating in a heavy workload and in a diverse student body, and at the same time lack of resources and emotional awareness. So resilient teacher, however, can demonstrate the ability to overcome all these obstacles and with the skills and determinations. The finding has a profound implication for school policy and teacher preparation program, and they can offer a concrete strategy to enhance teachers' resilience and well-being. So there's some recommendation, of course, to provide a supportive school climate. Teacher and teacher have a very gratitude, blessings, providing professional development opportunities, and on particular resilient skills, implementing policy to improve teacher self-care routines. So this research is a unique and variable perspective. So it demonstrates that the positive psychology can have a very useful and significant impacts on the well-being of the teacher and at the same time to the children as well. So let's have a quick conclusions here. All these articles is emphasize the value of building resilience, encouraging positive behavior, and also investigating the elements that support teachers' general well-being. These three articles together highlight the vital role of fostering teachers' well-being plays in inclusive primary classroom. Providing positive psychology focus on professional development opportunity to teacher can enhance their competency and self-assurance, reduce stress, and have better self-management. However, the difficulty we must overcome are the time limitation and resource allocated to the teacher and the implement of positive strategies like social intelligence. Next week, we will talk more about possible ways to overcome all these difficulties. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend.